Hello, welcome to Spell Day. We're covering a spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB +3. Those +3 spells are homebrew spells. We're at +1 at the moment. You can get back in playlist to find it. And today's spell is Phantasmal Force.
Later, Mom. What's up? Me and my boys going to see Uncle Cracker. Give him that back, Jordan. You want to go see Uncle Cracker now?
Second level illusion, casting time of 1 action, range of 60 feet, components purple somatic material, a bit of fleece, duration concentration up to 1 minute. You craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube and that is perceivable only to the target for the duration. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. The phantasm includes sound, temperature, and other stimuli also evident only to the creature. The target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC. If the check succeeds, the target realizes that the phantasm is an illusion, and the spell ends. While the target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it were real. The target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. For example, a target attempting to walk across a phantasmal bridge that spans a chasm falls once it steps onto the bridge. If the target survives the fall, it still believes that the bridge exists and comes up with some other explanation for its fall. It was pushed, it slipped, or a strongman might have knocked it off. An affected target is so convinced of the phantasm's reality that it can even take damage from the illusion. A phantasm created to appear as a creature can attack the target. Similarly, a phantasm created to appear as fire, a pool of acid, or lava can burn the target. Each round on your turn, the phantasm can deal 1d6 psychic damage to the target if it is in the phantasm's area within 5 feet of the phantasm. How many times can you say phantasm before that doesn't become a word anymore? Provided that the illusion is of a creature or hazard that could logically deal damage, such as by attacking, the target perceives the damage as a type appropriate to the illusion. This was so busted in first ed. Okay, also, the 5th edition version of it did not work like how I remembered. I thought this was just Phantasmal Killer, aka the damaging side effect of it just brought down. You know, lower level, slightly less range, less damage. The fact you can't upcast it really sucks. I thought you could upcast this. That's gonna hurt it real bad. It's an illusion spell, but what are its limits to the illusion? 1, only the target is seeing it, so to everyone else, it's obvious that's an illusion. And I figured Phantasmal Force originally was meant to be a damaging spell. It can do damage, but that's 1d6 per turn and only potentially. As in, if they're around the area you set it up, if they're trapped, that's a guaranteed d6 per minute, or per turn. But really? D6? The big thing is this is a hook, line, and sinker illusion. So, where I come up with, is it really worth it? In the middle of battle, this might be fine, but you can do almost anything illogical. That might bring them to prompt to check it, but they have to check it. They have to use their action to check. Once they fail that initial save, they believe this illusion's real to the point of feeling it. They just their mind automatically convinces themselves anything against the illusion not being there unless they make an investigation check. Which, to be fair, that's a check, not a save. It might be worse than their intelligence save, or it might be better. In either case, it's eating an action and not at the end of a turn like I thought it was previously. But then again, this is not for damage, this is for screwing with someone. It brings up the bridge scenario, falling off of it, thinking it's 100% real. So, if you can... Where am I going with this? It's also not known 100% what else it can fill in the blanks of. Yes, hazards is definitely something it's bringing up, Phantasmal Force, but it also mentions creatures. So you can have it appear that a guard has walked through and is 100% like, oh shoot, my captain's here. And even though only they can see it, the illusionist might still be able to... Wizard illusionist might still be able to manipulate it, as in change where it is in that 60 feet. No, probably not. 10-foot cube, 60-foot range. It's a weird one, because that's such a specific... Because I thought this was a damage. I mean, it is still a damage spell, but the big thing is you guarantee they know. It's not a set up a major image somewhere and hope you pass off the checks and no one begins to look. Because the issue is they can still look. The benefit is that initial save is they 100% believe it until given a reason to check. As in, until someone else points out a reason to check, because they'll justify whatever they need to. They need someone else to really intervene. It doesn't say that strictly, but because in the wording itself, it says they justify it. So if you ask me, someone else would have to intervene and say, hey, that's not real, and then they check. So if you're doing this to someone alone, whoo, that's bad. 100% believing. Meaning, if it's a major image, okay, 100% belief. is really, really dangerous in this sense. So when it comes to things like Modify Memory we just briefly brought up, this can do a similar thing, because the mind is automatically filling in the blanks and playing those tricks. If you can allow the Phantasmal Force to talk, or be some kind of sign or something ominous, like have an angel appear above some noble's bed, yes, they're only seeing it, but where they might have doubts that, oh, it might be illusion, it might be magic, because of the nature of the spell, they will 100% believe it. Unless they try and make an investigation check, which it comes up to the NPC, comes up to the situation. And like a lot of illusion spells, what do you think is the best use for it? Or how, or the actual purpose it's supposed to fill? It's really low level, 2nd level, but man, it's a weird one. That's a weird one mechanic-wise. Chunk of text as well. I'm tempted to just put a question mark, because I just don't know the full grasp of the spell. They 100% believe it, but then they can still make an investigation check, though it does eat up an action, it's still concentration, but it's a low level, and it can do damage, but only 1d6. And you can't upcast it. Can't target multiple creatures with it, single target. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10.